Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Victoria.
And this is the Yap to That podcast,
where we chat, laugh, and decompress. Let's get yapping. Hello.
Hey.
I kind of wish this was tighter and less flimsy.
This moves up. That's how I get mine a little better, if that makes sense.
That seems so far away from me.
I know.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh, yeah, that works.
Now we're cooking with gas. Or whatever they say.
Yes. Is that the line?
That's what they say, I think.
Who's they?
I don't know.
Okay.
The rest of the population, maybe. Do you like my plants?
Yes.
I added them because, so those two were down, well, this one was in the kitchen. I remember we kept eating it.
I could tell.
Yeah, it has one leaf right now.
Hey, the other one is there. It just has a giant hole in it.
Yeah, because when it was coming out, he ate it. So it was like in its little, it comes out like a tube, and he chewed it. So when it opened, it has two big holes in it.
What a psycho.
And I was like, oh, so you hate me. So this was in the kitchen. I moved it upstairs. Those two were at the bottom of the stairs. But I want to put like a little table at the bottom of the stairs, like a really narrow, like front entryway table, just to go with that picture that's there.
Okay. That'd be cute.
And they didn't get any sun there. So I was like, here, that window has so much sun.
Yeah. They'll thrive.
Yeah. And in the spring, well, it is spring, but when it gets nicer outside, I'm going to take them all and repot them with new soil. Because it's like $2 for the giant bag of soil.
Yeah.
At the grocery store. So I'm like, they all need a refresh anyways.
Oh, you're
like
such
that
a
one,
plant mom.
Look at the whole bottom is empty because all the leaves fell off. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, looks a little naked.
She's rough.
Yeah, it's a rough time.
But we'll get there. Sarah also just said that my rose was dead. It has bugs on it.
Ew.
It's gonna go outside.
What kind of bugs?
It looks like spider bugs.
Oh, God. No.
But it didn't. I mean, that's just what happens when you buy store plants sometimes. They come with bugs and then you don't know. But I have a pesticide spray. Ew. Like, I had to spray this one because it had tiny little, like, you can't really see, but I think they're just little, like, just tiny things. That one I can see from here, so that's pretty bad.
I don't like critters.
No, neither do I. But
or creatures.
that one I sprayed down with the pesticide and then ripped off the dying leaf because I'm like, might as well just start fresh. Yeah, start fresh. So there's 2 leaves in the garbage in the bathroom if you go in there and you're like, what the fuck is this?
You do eat. Wait, what's the line?
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? This plant, if I cut this off, it'll just regrow. Aww. I have some downstairs if you ever want them. They don't even need soil, they just live in water.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's why I like them, because then I don't have to have all the soil bugs and stuff like that.
Too many bugs.
Agreed. So I figured having the plants in here might help with the sound issues that we were having.
Yeah, we'll bring more oxygen to the room.
Brighten it, liven up the space a little bit. And then I want to put we have 2 corner shelves. So I want to put the corner shelves like on top, and then we can put like the little plants up there, or like little photos up there.
Okay.
Woo, it's coming together.
Woo.
I ordered my desk. So that should be here in about, what day is it? 2 more weeks to the day.
Maybe a week and a half.
I'm just hoping it comes soon. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is so far in advance.
2 weeks.
It was like, and the worst part, it was supposed to come August 16th. Like, no. What month are we in? April 16th. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then I went to order it the next day, April 20th. I was like, okay,
well, yeah, that's Easter weekend that you're skipping over.
Oh my God. But the 16th was a Wednesday, so I don't know why it got pushed like almost a week later.
Gotta pray.
So that was unfortunate, but it's very cute, and it was only like $100 and some odd, and I got my tax return yesterday.
That's so good.
I looked at my bank account and I was like, why do I have money? Because I usually keep like, I think there was $40 in my account before, because I never keep any money. Literally, when I get paid, I either put that money towards rent or I put that money towards my credit card, and then I leave $100 in my account. Yeah. Enough for my car payment. That's going to come out before I get paid again. So I never have money in there. I just live off my credit card. Yeah. Just the way I've always done it. So I opened it and I was like, what? And I thought like I thought I didn't pay rent or something. And then I was like, my tax return came. So I paid for my fake tooth.
That's another story.
That is another story, and I don't recommend. And Will bullied me yesterday, but it was not my fault.
He's so rude, and he has no leg to stand on there.
This guy's cackling, like he's cracking up. He's like, you're 25 and you had to get a root canal? And I was like, this was 2 years ago. Keel's over on the couch. He's like, you were 23 and you had to get a root canal?
He's so rude.
I was like, Will, it was literally not my fault. I've never had cavities before in my life. I've never changed my, like, teeth cleaning habits ever in my life. And then I go to the dentist one day. They're like, you have 5 cavities, and they're all between your teeth. And I was like, what the fuck? And I don't really eat sweets. Like, I'm not a huge... I had this conversation with Jordan the other day that I used to work with. And she was saying that, like, she did the 75 soft challenge or whatever. Whatever one she did, the 30-day one. And she was like, yeah, it's really hard, you know, like, sweets. She's like, I just snack on sweets a lot. And I was like, honestly, same. I snack, not vegetables, because I don't snack on veggies, but, like, I snack a lot on fruits. Yeah. And, like, crackers and cheese and, like, mini charcuterie boards. But I don't often just get, like, chocolate or, like, chips and stuff like that. Like, very rarely. We'll buy it when we grocery shop, but I don't crave it all week or anything like that.
Right.
And same with chips. Like, we haven't bought chips in a while. The only chips we have are, like, Tostitos, because we like having them with nachos and salsa and stuff like that. But I'm not, like, an unhealthy, high-sugar, candy-eating psychopath or anything like that. Yeah, so I went in. That's me. And I was like, how do I have cavities? And she's like, I don't know. And then she fixed my cavity, and I never had pain before at all. Like, before I went to the dentist, I was just like, I finally got insurance. I was like, I'm going to go in, get my shit done. This was, at this point, 2 and a bit. Actually, it was probably 2 years ago, like, last month. And so she, like, fixes my cavity. She's like, this one was really deep, so you might need a root canal. Do I need it or do I not need it? And she's like, we'll just see. And then I go home, and I was in excruciating pain, even though I was never in pain before at all. Oh, my
God.
I was taking Tylenol every 4 or 5 hours. 2.
Sounds like hell.
Like, I'd wake up in the middle of the night to take Tylenol again. I had to bring a bottle with me to work. Like, I was, like, not addicted, but, like, I had to take it because the pain was so bad. And so I went back in, and I was like, this is still really hurting. And she's like, oh, looks fine to me. I was like, can you see my root? Like, can you see my nerves? Like, you just opened my mouth and went, looks fine. But I'm telling you, I'm in pain. And then she, like, did a test, and she's like, well, I don't know why you're in pain.
That's helpful.
Yeah. I was pissed, obviously. And then I moved into the house that Matthew and I were in before, and one day the pain just got so bad, I literally looked up emergency dentist and was like, I need to go in. I don't know why. Like, I went to, like, 5 times. She did x-rays, everything. She's like, I don't know why it hurts so much. Again, never had pain before. Usually, sometimes people are like, I feel a cavity, I have to go to the dentist. I've never had that.
No, me neither.
So for her to tell me I had 5 when I didn't even feel any of them, and they were all between the teeth, so it's like a flossing issue.
Yeah.
Fine. Even though I floss. But I'm not bitter.
Are you sure?
No, I'm so mad. So then I go to the dentist, this emergency one, and I'm like, I'm in a lot of pain. And he does an x-ray, and he can see that she shaved down, like, the cavity too much, that it was touching my nerve.
Oh my God.
Which is, it's not like she did that on purpose or anything. Like, that's not normal. But if the cavity's that deep, then, like, you have to get the whole thing. But for her to not even catch it when I'm telling her I'm in pain.
Yeah, that's tough.
Is horrible. So that day, they were like, well, looks like you'll need a root canal. I was like, honestly, do it right now. Like, I can't go home. And I couldn't bite. I couldn't even move that side of my mouth. Couldn't eat. Couldn't drink hot or cold. Like, literally was unable to do any. It was hell. I was like, this is horrible. So, not good. Did the root canal that day. That's the first time I ever cried in a dentist chair. They drugged me. They had to drug me again, a second time.
Oh my God.
And I'm in the chair laying down, and there's just tears coming down my face. And then the next time I went in, it was for a cleaning. They're like, so you have 3 cavities. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I literally, and after that, I was even more religious about flossing, because I was like, I don't want to go through that ever again. Yeah. Even though I already flossed, I was like, I'm just going to make sure, like, I don't skip any days. So I'm I literally, again, almost cried in the chair. He's like, it's okay. It's fine. And I was like, you don't understand. This is not okay. I don't understand what's happening inside my mouth. Like, I floss every day. I brush my teeth, and I don't really eat sweets. So make it make sense. So then that happened. Cried again. And then.
Perfect. When
you get a root canal, you're supposed to get a cap. They quoted me $1,500. You know what I didn't have? $1,500, because the root canal cost me $1,500. Right. So $3,000 for a root canal and cap.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I don't have that kind of money laying around. So I didn't do the cap. And then this year I got insurance again. They were covering 50%. And I was like, I still can't afford $750 for one procedure. Got my tax refund, and I was like, I'm going to take that $750, put it towards my tooth. Yeah. So then yesterday, went in. They were like, we're not going to give you any anesthetic because you're not going to feel it because you don't have nerve endings there. And I was like, okay. So then, like, it was also just uncomfortable. Like, I could...
It's the sound. Everything in there is terrible.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my God.
I was like, no thanks. They literally... I don't understand why they do a root canal if they're just going to shave the whole tooth off anyways. Like, just get rid of it.
I have no idea.
I guess it's so that there's a base so that they can put, like, a fake tooth in. I also thought a cap was literally just a cap that was going to go over my regular tooth. I didn't think they were going to take my whole tooth out just by shaving it off. Like, I'm at the nail salon and they're fucking... I know.
Ew.
So I'm laying there and I'm not sick, but like I'm still super congested. Mm-hmm. So I'm laying there and my head is like...
That is the worst,
yes,
like,
my
position.
Head, yes.
And then when you get up, it's like the blood going to your head again.
Yes, so I'm literally choking on my own nastiness because I can't breathe through my nose. My throat is like, I can't clear my throat because there's 3 hands in my mouth. And then I was telling you this yesterday, the one girl who had the suction was making me gag. She was sticking us so far back there that I gagged twice. I literally wanted to punch her in the face, but I didn't. So that was terrible. But I actually don't notice it today. Like yesterday, it felt really weird because it's like foreign and whatnot.
Yeah, it takes a minute to get used to it.
But like today, it just feels like a normal tooth. And then I have to go back on Friday for them to like... give me the real one. This was just a temporary one, so they could get like all the measurements right. But moral of the story, floss, because that was not good. And also, Will shouldn't be making fun of me because I didn't do it on purpose.
No, he's freaking rude.
He is rude. Meanwhile, we're talking about doing like a 75 hard challenge. He's like, but I can't give up my ice cream.
So
this freaking guy. I was like, Will, yes you can. You can give it up like 3 days a week. Have it like on the weekend.
He is full of shit because he didn't used to eat ice cream until I made him eat ice cream.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I love ice cream.
Like, you're so dramatic, bro. You can definitely go without ice cream because you went your whole life without it before.
Exactly.
So.
And I'm always the one that's like pushing, oh, let's buy Ben & Jerry's.
Oh my God. Matthew, for the past 5 days, comes downstairs. He's like, should we go get Ben & Jerry's? And like, I don't like Ben & Jerry's. Like, I don't like... This is going to sound horrible, but you know like the old Signal, like, Neapolitan ice cream?
Yeah.
Like the no-name brand or whatever?
Yeah.
That's the kind of ice cream I like because it's hard. I find Ben & Jerry's is very, like, airy and, like, soft. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, like, freezer burnt.
Yeah.
But I hate Chapman's ice cream. That shit tastes like I'm eating, like...
I don't think that's real.
Yeah, it doesn't taste real. Maybe I like Ben & Jerry's and I just haven't tried because I
The Eclair Fair. Oh, it slaps.
Okay, maybe I'll try it.
There's another one that I get too, and it's the Tonight Dough, I think it is.
Really? I don't know any of those names. I don't know what that means. Is it chocolate?
I don't like chocolate-based ice cream, so no.
So it's like vanilla ice cream with like inclusions?
Yeah.
Okay, I do like that.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Yeah.
They are all so good.
He literally was about to leave at like 10, 11 the other night to go to the gas station. I was like, I don't think the gas station has Ben & Jerry's, no. Matthew.
You have to go to like Shoppers or Fortino's.
Oh, we were at Shoppers yesterday, 2 days ago.
And Shoppers does sales.
Really?
Mm-hmm. On Ben & Jerry's. So we get
right now.
Often. We haven't bought one in like a week, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, literally Matthew all week, he's like, I think it's a sympathy thing. I think I need Ben & Jerry's. And I was like, I actually hate you right now. There's no sympathy coming from you.
I buy at least one a week.
Really?
So
like the little ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll eat a bit, and then we'll eat it all. And then he'll be like, yeah, so I owe you Ben & Jerry's.
Of course he does. This guy, so dramatic. But I do really want a Cadbury mini egg cream egg.
Ugh.
Or Cadbury cream egg McFlurry.
Yes.
Forget what
Are they out now?
Yes. Because I FaceTimed my mom today because Matthew and I bought pizza dough from Walmart. Mm-hmm. And we were going to make our own pizza. And then I opened the drawer today and it was like it expanded in size by like 4 times. And it was like it had like an oil or something in the bag, which it didn't really have before. Mm-hmm. So I FaceTimed her and I was like, can I still eat this? And she was like, yeah, probably. And then I squished it and it deflated. So maybe we'll make it tomorrow. Okay. Like, I think it just, like, technically, best before date was, like, 2 days ago. What day is it today?
It's not the worst.
3 days ago. But, I mean, it's dough, and it's going to get cooked.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's moldy or anything. Like, it just expanded. So I probably should have froze it, but I didn't think about that. But we'll make it, like, either tonight or tomorrow morning. Or tomorrow night, not tomorrow morning.
No pizza for breakfast.
Literally. But when I called her, they were in the McDonald's drive-thru getting a cream egg McFlurry.
Lucky.
Right?
I should go.
I agree.
Those are so good.
I just like, I told you this. I saw one online and then I went to your house yesterday and you had a Cadbury cream egg cookie and I was like, I just want it like a little bit soft. Oh my God. like melted. I don't know, like on a s'more. Oh my god. On a s'more.
Stop talking.
Oh my god.
I've eaten so much today, but like I will literally go to McDonald's on my way home.
Yeah, and it is on the way home for you, for me. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Is it? Oh god.
But yeah, I've just like, I said that to you today. This is the first time in a while that I'm like, I have a sweet tooth. But
I understand.
I think
I
it's
have it
because
every day.
the cream eggs are out, and I fucking love Cadbury
They're
cream
so
eggs.
good.
I don't know how people don't like them. I don't know what it is.
I don't get that.
The texture of that.
I've always liked them, like since I was a child.
Yeah, me too. I don't know if Matthew likes them.
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't.
Yeah, he's kind of weird. He's very weird. He just texted me he's on his way home, so.
Oh, sorry, Matthew. I parked in your spot.
I just told him to park beside me. He'll figure it out. That's a nice 15-minute tangent. Anything else you'd like to debrief on? Even though we saw each other last night? Last night was actually fun.
Yeah, it was chill.
That's why I want to get the Switch. Because the boys playing together was actually so cute. Like,
they are cute.
They're so cute.
After you guys left, Will was like, "It was nice. I've never had someone to play with before."
Aww.
I was like, "You were a child."
That's so cute. Yeah, like they did have fun. So to set the scene, Sarah, Jess, and I are upstairs in the kitchen, just like talking, shooting the shit, making a terrible espresso martini.
Yeah, I will do better.
Honestly, I think it was just because we had nothing in there that wasn't alcohol.
You're right.
Like, I feel like if we had like a creamer, just a regular creamer, it would have been fine. But it was like alcohol plus alcohol plus alcohol.
Too much. Way too strong.
Yeah. But I digress.
Yeah. We've learned.
We're learning. And then we just see the boys like walk up and stare at us. And we're like, okay. And then they leave. We go down the hall. And then they come out with the whole PlayStation. And I was like, what are you guys doing? And Will's like, playing PlayStation. And I was like,
obviously.
Okay, have fun. But I've been saying I want to get Matthew a Switch for his birthday. Because
hopefully he's not listening.
He's not home yet. I think he's coming from Hamilton.
No, on the podcast.
Oh, fuck. No, he doesn't listen to us. But I do want to get one because we play Nintendo games together more so than like PlayStation games. I find you can't really play together. I mean, the ones that I like. I'm not going to sit there and play basketball with him.
No.
I'm sorry.
Game last night, what was it? Yeah, the basketball?
Yeah.
So dumb. I was like, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
No.
How are you even playing? And why is it only facing one direction?
Yeah,
I feel like that
confusing.
gives an advantage to one person versus another person.
No, like put bowling on there or something.
Yes. Wii Party.
Yes.
Wii Sports.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want the Switch. Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, anywho, I will be buying a Switch for Matthew for his birthday. And
purchase.
It's kind of for me, but really it benefits the entire family.
Yeah.
You guys, Jess.
Yeah.
I feel like we should start doing game night more.
I agree.
Also, Robbie never showed up.
No, he didn't. I had no idea.
Hopefully he's alive somewhere out there.
Hopefully.
One of these days.
He'll show up eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe next week.
That's just what he does. Also, in addition to last week's episode when you asked me if I was a horse girl, I rode a horse today.
How was he?
It was good. It wasn't even my horse. It was somebody else's horse because my horse sometimes gets ridden today, so I didn't want to ride mine. But this girl that I used to work with, she was like, hey, like we just started chatting again, and she's like, you should come up and ride with me. And I was like, okay. And she has a couple, and she kind of like freelance coaches, so she's like, come up. So we went like on this trail ride. Really cute. We were out in like the farm.
Aww.
And then
that's so Miley Cyrus of you.
Thank you. I'm in my Miley era. And then we were like going back. She's like, you can like camera him if you want. And I was like, okay. Even though I haven't ridden in like a long time. Mm-hmm. This boy was going so fast. I was so scared for my life.
Oh my god.
And I know he wasn't actually going fast, but he's not a horse I've
expected.
Yeah, not a horse I've ever ridden before. So with Kadir, like he can go really fast, but like he'll come back really fast too. Mm-hmm. Like you're not really fighting him on like in this situation. Like if we're outside and we're just running, like he'll come back really fast. Mm-hmm. This horse, I was like blistering my hands. I was like, please stop, please stop. But it was fun. It was just a little bit scary at first.
I believe it. I've only ever ridden a pony.
Dad, you can ride Kadir. He's good.
I'm kind of scared.
Why? Jackson rode him when he was like 4.
Y'all just die. Thanks.
Why? No, that's what I'm saying. He's good.
Okay.
He's
a
like
4-year-old can do it.
Literally, I threw Taylor on him. Taylor that I used to work with. Mm-hmm. Came to the barn once. Just hopped on him. No saddle, nothing.
Maybe.
I'll give you a saddle even.
Okay.
He's literally just like a big baby. Like he'll just... You're the only person who's never been up. I just realized that. Jess, Natalie. Well, Will obviously hasn't. But like, Taylor went up.
What the heck?
It's because you hate him. I'm going to tell him that.
No!
I'm going to tell him that.
Okay.
But
I'm
yeah,
open to it.
that was my follow. It's nice in the summer because like, it's like we could bring Samantha and go for like a walk, because they have a whole path through a creek and everything. It's really pretty. It's like a hike.
Okay, I'm not opposed.
Okay. Oh, I'll have to write that in the book.
Oh, in the bucket list.
Yeah, which I want to start a life list.
Yeah.
That movie was so good.
I like that movie a lot.
Right?
And Sophia Carson, anything she's in,
Is she in the new Snow White movie?
I don't know. Natalie told me not to watch that movie.
Everyone said
bad.
like it's got like a 1.5 star review on like Rotten Tomatoes.
Snow White's my favorite princess. I was so excited for it.
I'm gonna look it up. I don't know who the cast was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
After
no.
she told me not
Rachel
to see it, I didn't
Zegler.
look into it.
There's nobody good in this. I don't recognize any people from this cast list.
I guess that's why.
But
That's
yeah,
so
it got a
sad.
1.5% on Rotten Tomatoes, I think. IMDb 1.6.
That's sad.
But she looks like... It looked like that girl. Kind of. Hold on, let me pull it up. Obviously not with this hair, but like... She kind of looks
Yeah, a
similar.
little bit.
Or kind of also... She looked like Lily Collins too, a little.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was
do
like,
find
who
they're very
is this
similar.
person? And then I realized who it was. But yeah, I don't think I'll watch that.
That sucks. It was literally in my calendar.
Okay, then go watch it.
But if it's bad...
But I feel like movie ratings are all subjective,
That's true.
right? Like, is it bad because the editing was horrible? Is it bad because the actors were bad? I don't even notice bad actors or actresses in stuff until I watch it back later on.
Maybe I'll wait until it's like on Netflix or something.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be on Disney.
Okay, yeah.
I would assume.
I still need to cancel my Disney Plus.
You haven't?
No. I've had it for like 2 years. Maybe used it once.
Nobody else in your family uses it, like Julian or anything?
No, frick him.
Dead. This guy. Well, I could
No,
cancel
he
it
uses
for
my
you.
Amazon. That's good enough.
I'm pretty sure I still am signed in to it on my phone. Oh, Matthew's home.
Oh, yeah. I think you use it more than me.
I used
Maybe I'll
it
keep
one
it then.
time. Manage account. Do you want me to cancel it?
That's okay.
Are you sure? I can do it right now.
I think you have to go through the browser version. Because I did it once. And
I'm
it
in the
was like-
browser.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, here, you can have it reduced for 3 months if you stay. I was like, okay, fine.
Dead, and then you get caught into it. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Also, aw, your thingy is Snow White. Your Disney profile.
I know, she's my favorite.
I think I went. Oh no, I went as Belle one year for Halloween, not Christmas.
Oh my god, that would be a good Halloween costume if we were all different princesses.
Oh my god, the boys could be the dwarves,
That's so good.
or they should be Shrek and Donkey.
Puss in Boots.
That's one person.
Yeah. Okay, so Donkey and then Puss in Boots.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Something
We'll have to skip the Teletubbies this year. Go for Disney
I
characters.
wanted to do that so badly, but Will was not about it.
Will is a Teletubby.
I know. Like, he could be Dipsy or Tinky Winky.
Exactly.
Because I want to be Poe.
What's the other one?
Lala. You could be Lala.
I'll be Lala.
I feel like you give Lala vibes.
Thanks.
And I will be Poe.
Perfect. We have it all planned out. There's only, 6 months left to Halloween.
Perfect. And I guarantee you we'll leave it to the week before.
We did that. I've done that every year. I've never planned a Halloween outfit in advance.
I did 2 years ago, but that was because I was dead set on being a nun.
That was more than 2 years ago. That was many years ago.
No.
Yeah.
When I was a nun?
Yeah, weren't you in... Oh. I thought you were a nun in college.
No. I was a typical cat. And Little Red Riding
Oh, that's
Hood.
cute. You know what Matthew actually wants to be? Well, actually, I don't know
What?
if I'm telling him this, but he always is... You know the guy from Webkins, the gem guy, that dog?
I think so.
I'm gonna look at it. You'll recognize it, but he's like, looks like you've got yourself... I don't know, but he says it all the time.
Oh my god.
It's so funny. He's in the shop, this guy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. He always... We'll be walking across the road and he just starts quoting him. Like, literally 2 days ago.
He's
Like,
such
looks
a
like
freak.
you found yourself a gem.
What the
You can keep that for your collections or you can trade it in for... Yeah, he's so weird.
Was he a Webkins boy?
I don't know, but we downloaded it on our phones. Like,
I
a month
wanted
ago.
access to my old account so badly, but
I
I
have
couldn't.
it. I have
know.
my account.
That's so crazy.
Was it an app or was it online? I don't remember.
I know I downloaded it on Will's computer. Oh my god.
There it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he must have grown up with them like a lot for him to quote that guy still, because it's not like he's recently... Maybe he's been playing recently. I don't know.
In a secret. I was
Could you
so
imagine?
like diehard for Webkins. Like I
Me
made my
too.
mom
like feed them during the day when I was at school.
I'm surprised that they're still alive. Because
So, my Nintendogs are still alive. I pulled out my DS not that long ago. They're
Really?
still going strong.
I don't even have that game anymore, I don't think. I only have a couple, but I don't think I have any of my original games. I had like
That's so sad.
a Pony Brats or something like that, which, like a My Little Pony, I think.
That's okay. You can hang out with Coco and Oreo.
Perfect. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Well, should we get into it?
Yeah. We didn't really plan much. Sorry.
We also haven't said hi.
Oh,
Hi.
yeah. Hey.
No, we didn't plan much again, but that's my fault this time. Because I changed the topic like 2 days ago.
That's okay. We're also very, like, set on our upcoming... Oh, my God. Why can't I speak? We are very excited for our upcoming concert, and that is all we've been talking about.
Yeah, so we've been trying to plan that. It's also funny because it's 1 week today. And we're supposed to have it, what, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Today? Was it the 8th?
I think so.
So that's in 2 days it'll be 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. March? Or was it February?
February.
It was February? Oh my
Beginning.
God, that's so far away. But we have a concert on Sunday, and then we also have a concert on Thursday, and then we're going to go drinking on Holy Thursday.
Yeah.
After the concert.
What a way to
for the
kick off
second year in
Easter.
a row.
I think that was my favorite night out.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a good night.
It
That's
was
when
just,
we all
like-
started to like bring when we brought the boys in to meet for the first time.
And look at how far we've come.
Wow.
Now they love each other.
They do. They really do.
They really do.
What tell our fans what Will said yesterday about
gonna
Matthew
kill
and
me.
I.
Okay, so we were talking, me and Will were talking before Victoria and Matthew came over, and I don't know how it came up, but he was just like, I think Victoria and Matthew are my favorite people to hang out with.
Aww.
And I was like, oh, you should tell them that. That's so cute. And he's like, no, they'll think I'm soft.
Which I do think you're soft now, Will, but
He
I
is.
respect you more for it.
That's so
I like
cute.
your vulnerability. Matthew, every time I'm like, did you have fun? He's like, no. He says this every time. He just likes to like push my buttons.
But he comes every time.
Yes. He also
guy.
goes, I'm not going to drink. Then what did he do?
Downs a whole bottle of wine.
Yes. The entire bottle. Nobody had any. He's like, Sarah, can you get a glass? We didn't hear him say that, first of all.
No.
Like, I might have heard him, but I didn't like click in. Mm-hmm. We didn't get him a glass.
And he drank it from the bottle.
Literally. Will's like, what are you doing? He cracked the bottle open, started drinking, and he's like, well, I thought the girls were going to get me a glass, but they didn't, so I just started drinking.
I was like, okay, sorry, we'll get you a glass.
And then we got him a glass, yes. So that was exciting. And then he had to get up at like 7 this morning, which I slept in until 10 o'clock today.
That's pretty good.
Right? I never do that. I'm never able to sleep.
That's good, though.
I did wake up with a little bit of a headache, which is normal for me.
Okay.
Not normal for the rest of the world. I wake up with headaches on the weekend almost every day.
On the weekend.
I know.
That's so rude.
I agree. And I think it's because I'm sleeping in a lot more than I would regularly sleep in during the week. So I had this conversation with Megan because she has the Ultra Human Ring. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about that. Yeah, we should. I would really like to get it. But she says it tracks like your sleep and stuff and what you're actually like your REM and your whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think she was saying that if you wake up outside of that, or like if you wake up while in REM sleep, it's not good, obviously. Like there's certain times you're supposed to wake up. So I think because I'm sleeping in longer, I'm waking up at a bad time in my sleep, which is causing me to have a headache. But I don't track my sleep cycles, so
Yeah, neither do I.
I don't know where I'm even sleeping or getting up at. But
I feel like my sleep is usually bad.
really,
Like, it's very rare that I'm like, yeah, that was a good sleep.
yeah, I wake up every morning and I'm like, again,
Yeah.
I have to do this whole day over again.
Literally, I'm like, frick this day. It's like 8 a.m.
Like, there are people out there who don't have those thoughts. But every morning I wake up and I'm like, here we go.
Yeah, I'm
This
in
is
my room
rough.
talking to myself. I'm like, fuck this day.
Yeah,
Frick
literally.
I can't do this anymore. And my mom's
Agreed.
like, who are you talking to?
No one, Mom. Just
fine.
me and my alter ego. But that's okay.
It's fine. I digress.
Happens to the best of us.
It's actually not that bad. It's just getting up is the problem and getting ready.
That's the thing. Like, it is the hardest part is to get up. Because then once I'm up, I'm like, fine.
Yeah.
But it's still hard. I also, like I was saying last week, so I started my new job on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to start going for walks, like morning, lunch, and night. I didn't quite do that, but I did go for a walk both days at lunch.
That's good.
Which was really good. Still
Aw.
only said I got like 2,500, 3,000 steps in. But I went for like 45-minute walks.
yeah, that
And
doesn't
I'm
make
like,
sense.
that doesn't add up
No.
at all. So
That
I'm
would
not
be
going
at least 6,000 steps.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
That's so weird.
I'm like, 2,000 steps does not feel like a lot
No.
for.
I do that like typically just in the office.
Yeah, I don't do that because I don't get up
That's okay. I get up a lot because I can't sit still.
That's fair. And this, I actually brought this chair to the desk, and this is my work chair the other day.
That would not be comfortable.
It was way more comfortable than that.
What the frick?
That's like a dining room chair.
How is your posture?
I think I was like this.
Okay, that's how I sit at my desk, and I take my
Me too.
shoes off, and I'm always like, wow, I do sit at the front desk.
This is literally how I sit at work. And then I did want to get a crisscross chair, though.
Same. I think those are so cool.
There's one at Staples? Yeah, Staples. It was like $250, though. So I was like,
I think Amazon has them for cheaper.
Really?
I've seen them on there. I just haven't gotten
I just don't know how I'll feel in it. That's the only thing, because I don't want to be like leaning back. Like, I still want to be sitting upright. Mm-hmm. And the one I tried at Staples, it was like a fucking couch. Like, it was so comfortable.
I would like that. This is how I sit at work. Like, literally like
Yes.
this. With my shoes off.
Yes, me
so
too.
unprofessional.
Me too. So that's why I'm glad I'm working at home now, so nobody has to see it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I feel bad taking my shoes off, but like,
Sorry, I have
to be comfortable because my back doesn't work properly.
Yeah.
And I need it to feel straight, okay? But I sit the exact same way.
I always feel awkward when my boss walks by me and I'm like, just putting on my shoes.
Oh my God, when I was offered this job, so the guy, he's like, basically, it's not a cubicle, but like, I'm going to call it a cubicle. It's like this. So I'm sitting here, my coworker's sitting there, and there's like this wall beside me. Mm-hmm. So he like comes, he's like, hey, Victoria, do you want to go talk like in the fishbowl? I was like, oh yeah. Yeah. Had to put my shoes on. He was waiting for me. I was like, this is so embarrassing.
Oh my God, it's fine. It's totally fine.
It all worked out. He still wanted to hire me. And that's what
good.
matters. Even in my weird state. But
I digress.
Now we go. I should be getting, hopefully, a monitor from work. And then when my new desk comes in, it'll be like that desk size is fine, but because of the 2 drawers, I lose like half the space of what I could actually be working on.
Yeah, that's more of a makeup table.
Yeah. So I don't think the other one's much bigger, but it has the cabinets and it doesn't have the shelves. So it's nice. Like it'll be a good space.
Yeah, that's good.
And then when I took out that white rack, I actually have so much more space to work with here. Right?
I think it's cute.
I'm excited. And it won't be white. It'll be like kind of a natural color like this. So it'll fit in with the whole room.
That's good.
Right?
Aw.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Now, on my Zoom meetings, they'll just have my plants in the background, which is perfect. But I do blur my background.
That is so professional of you.
Thank you. Sometimes I make it really fun.
I turn my camera off.
Dead. It actually drives me crazy when I'm meeting like with my team and they don't have their cameras on. I mean, I don't either because I made that mistake once. I went into the meeting with my camera on and I was the only one.
That's awkward.
And I was just like, turned it off. And I was
No,
like, hey,
thank
everyone.
you.
But I'm like, we're meeting together. So that's the moral of the story. We did not plan a real. Next week we will.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it depends what day we record though, because we'll kind of want to debrief the concert. But it's on Sunday.
We could debrief the concert for the next episode.
That's true.
Because if we record Saturday morning, because I have to watch on Saturday, like evening.
Okay.
So like if we do Saturday morning, then we'll have all Sunday to like chill a bit.
Get ready.
Yeah. And then we can record the next week's episode on Friday, Good Friday, because then we can debrief both concerts.
Oh my God.
Which I think is a good idea.
And our hungover
Exactly.
stories.
We'll get
drunk
Starbucks
stories.
or Second Cup.
Yes.
I think it's a good idea.
Good plan.
I'm going to put a little calendar together so we can pick, like we can plan ahead, because I do want that special guest that we talked about.
Yes.
I do actually I'm really interested to have that one with her because she has some really good ideas.
Okay.
So I want to do that one, and I wanted to do the dream one that we talked about, but I just have to plan them.
More ahead of
I
time,
just need to, I need to get better at planning. Cause
Me too.
We like say it and then.
I just kind of follow your lead, which is bad.
Well, it's fine. But I feel like if we like structure it, then we won't get to like 3 days before and be like, so are we actually doing that thing we said we were doing last week? So yes, well, we can get a reel. I'll get a planner.
Okay.
That'll be exciting. I'm going to buy a planner. Oh my God, there were so many cute things at Staples. You know when you just like find all the office supplies at Staples that like, oh, I was like, this is not good. But I use Teams to manage all my stuff at work. But I like having a hard copy.
Yeah. I have a big like calendar thing on my desk that I really
so if
like.
I put one up on the wall there and then have like my work stuff on it too. But yeah, I like having the big like giant ones.
Yeah, I like those. It's easier to like see it and plan out.
And I also was adding stuff because I'm going to be doing a lot of our social media which is fun, but like I have to make our posts.
Right.
So I was
For your
trying to-
work?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was trying to go through and like pick the key days that we're gonna have to post about, and I was adding them to my team's calendar, but it was showing up in my planner, but not in my actual calendar. And I'm like, I don't know how to make this work. Yeah. It's
Too many
confusing.
technical issues.
Exactly. I agree. Anyway, we'll stop talking about work because I'm sure you guys are so thrilled hearing about my job. Oh, flights to Newfoundland. That's not what I wanted. Matthew and I have also decided we're going to go to Newfoundland, and then we're going to go to Mexico next year, and we're going to go to Peru next year.
Yes. Big plans.
Plenty of planning.
Yes.
Okay. Have we even introduced... Bro, this guy slams the door.
Is he angry?
No. He goes, just to make sure it's closed.
Maybe he's angry I parked in a spot.
He'll survive. He
Sorry.
will survive. Okay, today I thought we would discuss Am I the Asshole stories.
Okay.
Which I like because there's a lot of dialogue sometimes. Because, like, we may think different people are the assholes.
Okay. I'm ready. I watched them on TikTok, so it's kind of interesting to do it this way.
Okay, this one seems messy.
Oh, God. Okay.
The title is Am I the Asshole for Canceling My Mom's Surprise Farewell Dinner because she called me messy? So this is the story. My mom, 59, and I, 27, have been living together for the past 10 months. I say living together because I'm only home 2 to 3 days a week. I usually stay at work or with my boyfriend. She moved with me to Europe from Latin America. It was hard for her to adjust at first, but she's active and has built a little community here. She's retired and brought some savings to live and travel, and when she moved in, I started covering rent and bills. I'm lucky to have a good job and was okay with supporting her. We don't have the best relationship. I felt free for the first time when I moved out at 20, but I still wanted to be there for her. We share my room, I have roommates, and she's been living with me while we handled some long paperwork processes. Now she's going back to our home country, so I planned a surprise small dinner party at a restaurant with family and friends. The idea was to tell her we were going shopping so she wouldn't suspect anything. I was getting ready, and to be fair, I can be messy when picking an outfit. I lay clothes everywhere. I eventually picked something, did my makeup, and suggested we leave early to take pictures at the park since the flowers were blooming. Suddenly, she said we couldn't leave because I had to clean up. I told her I'd do it when we get back, but she insisted. You always say that and never do it. You're arrogant and disrespectful. I can't talk to you. I offered to clean up right then and there, but she kept going, calling me stuck up, maybe just because I was dressed nicely. It hurt a lot. I started crying. It brought back bad memories from how she treated me growing up. I called my boyfriend and cousin because I was so upset. Then I told her, you have no right to talk to me like that. I never disrespect you. That stuck-up daughter of yours planned something really nice for you today, and now you're making me feel ashamed when I've spent so much time and money. She responded, I'm not going. I was furious. I canceled everything. 15 minutes later, she came back and said, let's go. But I was emotionally done. I told her, nope, it's canceled, and left to see my boyfriend. It's been a day. We're not talking. I've got mixed feelings. Part of me feels guilty, but I also feel hurt. Am I the asshole for canceling dinner?
No.
I don't think so.
No. I think that's fair.
I feel like, first of all, she's probably not leaving, like, tomorrow. So you could always have another dinner.
Yeah.
But why would you want to go to something? Well, she also canceled it. The mom canceled it first and said, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So
on both sides, it was just like, not good vibes.
didn't make sense to go.
No.
Exactly. On both ends, they didn't want to go. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you're an asshole for canceling that. Especially because you were upset. She was upset.
It would not be fun.
No, you would not have a good time.
No.
And I don't like doing things when I'm upset anyways.
No, I'd rather just stay home.
I do think your mom's kind of the asshole just in general for, like, freaking out about that.
If you've been supporting her and then she turns around and says all those terrible things to you.
Yeah.
Why would you want to continue?
Exactly. But also, why would you share a room with your mom?
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Like I can barely share a house with my mother.
Yeah, like that sounds like it was a recipe for, like, you started. Yeah. And it was just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. I think when you're just living in close quarters with someone, like, you're bound to get into, like, little tiffs.
Yeah. Which is normal, especially when it comes to cleanliness. It's like if you and I shared this room.
My clothes would be on the floor.
They're in a room with other roommates. They're in a house with other roommates. So, like, not only are they sharing the house, they're sharing a single room.
No, I couldn't do it.
I feel like
when we were on vacation, it was so bad because we just kept getting at each other's throats.
Really?
I just can't handle being this close to you.
Were you guys all in the same room?
Yeah, and they both snore.
No.
And I took videos. I was like, I can't handle this.
I saw a girl on TikTok. She's like a nurse. I don't know what she does. She woke up and she was taking a video of herself, and it was dark in the room. And her boyfriend was snoring, and he was laying like this.
Oh, God, what an ick.
And she literally just went like this, pushed his chin up, and it stopped his snoring. It was crazy. She was just, like, holding his chin up, and I was like, that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Matthew and I don't really snore at all.
Good.
Unless it's, like, we're sick or we're, like, kinked. Like, our neck is,
or
like,
something
super
is
kinked.
wrong.
Yeah, but, like, for the most part, he's never woken me up with snoring.
Okay.
He has
that's
taken
good.
videos of me, though. Because I sleep like this.
Oh.
And so he has videos of me, I think, laying on the couch or something. And I'm not aggressively snoring, but, like, you can hear my breathing. Okay?
Yeah.
And
We've all been there.
I don't know why. He has, like, 3 of them. And it's just me snoring. And he sent them to me. And the next morning I woke up and was like, what the hell?
It's a hate crime.
It is a hate crime. I agree. Okay. Oof, this one sounds messy. Am I the asshole? Husband hasn't spoken to me for 3 weeks.
Oh.
Okay. So, 3 weeks ago or so, my husband was talking about his diet, and I mentioned about how he should have more fiber in it. And he was like, how do I get more fiber? And mentally, I thought we both have access to Google, but I didn't want to be rude, so I applied with the answers. And he goes, you wouldn't make meals like that for me, would you? And I responded, I'm your wife, not your mother. He said it was an extremely rude thing to say and hasn't spoken to me in 3 weeks.
I think that's dramatic.
Agreed. For context, we have 3 children, and he is only here for a day and a half a week as he works away, so he would have expected me to bulk cook on the weekend for him to take with him. My response wasn't meant maliciously, and I haven't apologized because I genuinely meant it. We've been together for 15 years, and it made me feel so resentful. The way he said it, and the expression was puppy doggish, it made me feel like he was manipulating me. He can never be bothered to research or implement for his health, even though he's a highly intelligent and capable man. I guess I feel frustrated he'll pour everything into work, 15-hour days, but on the home front, the boring day-to-day, it's all on me. This isn't the first time he's gone silent, but I usually always make good or apologize, and this time I haven't. It's awkward, and the longer it goes on, the more resent I feel over it. He's pretty much my only solid adult interaction in person, both physically and mentally, and I feel super alone, but also sorry for him because he must be a sad and cruel person to inflict this on another person. Writing this has made me realize how deeply unhappy I am with him, but anyways, am I the asshole? And then there's 2 edits, so it says, edited to add, he is on a salary and very high up in his company. He earns the same for a 40 or 80-hour work week. He's not paid by the hour, and overtime isn't a thing for the role he has. He isn't being forced to stay there by anybody. I work from home 6 to 8 hours on the weekdays and a couple of hours across weekend days. That's really much it. It says, thank you for your responses. I wasn't looking for validation of me not being the asshole. I know my comment was out of line and rude, but I didn't feel justified 3 weeks of the cold shoulder. For clarity, he has a chef that makes his meals Monday to Friday, and I cook for the household. Of course, no questions asked on the weekend, and don't have an issue with this. Imagine having a chef cook for you Monday to Friday.
This might be rude, but like, divorce sounds nice. Like, what?
I feel like there's a lot of situations like that where men, not just men, like there are probably situations where women also have the same thing, but like one partner of the 2 just expects all of the responsibility of a household to be on the other partner.
And I just don't agree with that.
I don't agree either.
That's
I
like
don't
part of
think
the
she's
reason-
the asshole at all.
No, I don't. That's part of the reason I don't want a house. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't care to have that and then have to maintain it.
Yeah.
Like, I think a little condo sounds so cute.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I work all week.
Yeah,
Why
you
would I
don't want to
wanna
have a huge
clean?
place.
Yeah.
I clean this place like 40 times a day because of the pets. Mm-hmm. Like if I didn't have pets, it'd be like obviously a different story. But if we didn't have the pets, we'd have a much smaller house because we wouldn't need the space.
Yeah.
And it'd be way easier to clean and everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like, first of all, I also sympathize with her being like, he could have just looked it up. Like, why did he have to ask me
Yeah.
if I knew how to get fiber in my diet? That
Yeah.
kind of drives me crazy too.
It's kind of like goes with like the mental load. Like,
Yeah.
he just kind of put it all on her.
Exactly.
And like, no.
Exactly. I don't know what it was the other day. I think I was really overwhelmed and high strung, and like Matthew was like, what's going on? Why are you feeling like this? And I was like, how about you just take 5 seconds and use the big old brain in your head. And before you ask, because he hadn't even asked me the question yet, and I knew it was coming.
Oh,
I was like, before you ask me why I might feel like this, think about what we have going on in our life right now. I was like, just stop. And we like sat in silence, and I was like, are you going to ask me now? And he's like, no, I get it. And I was like, okay, thank you. Like, sometimes, I mean, there's times where you just want to talk to somebody or have a conversation.
Yeah.
And like, that's normal. But when you're coming home and you're having that conversation, and like, you're just putting all of your, like, this is his diet that he's wanting to do, and he has a chef who he could have asked.
Which is so crazy.
That's a lot of money for you to have a personal chef.
Yeah.
Just to be like, hey, he could ask that chef or be like, hey, I need more fiber in my diet. And if the chef isn't putting the proper nutrients in your diet, you should pay a different chef.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they're not doing their job if you're not getting the appropriate...
There's other issues there.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, I don't think she's the asshole. I think that some men and women who aren't responsible for maintaining the household should take on a little bit more.
They need a little reality check.
Yes. But yeah, I don't think that person is an asshole.
No,
whatsoever.
I don't think so either.
I also think that people who work, well, in this day and age, both people have to work to maintain a household. Like, you can't have one income and not a second.
No, definitely not here.
But the people that work more than the people, like, if I work 40 hours and Matthew works like 50 hours a week, and this is hypothetical, this isn't like how our household works or anything, but if he then comes home and is like, well, I just worked longer, so you have to do the laundry and dishes and everything, that would make me so mad, because like, we both work.
Yeah.
So the household responsibilities don't fall on me just because I'm the woman.
And like, why would you have to do his laundry? Like,
exactly.
In that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this 1 week he worked a bit more.
Yeah. And it'd be one thing if he was like, babe, I'm exhausted. And like, if you don't have it in you to do, like, to pick up the slack, that's fine. But like, would you be able to help me out this week? Like, you can have, there's days where I'm like, I said to Matthew, especially when I was sick, I was like, we could push this off and we can not do laundry for the next 2 weeks. But like, if you want the house to be clean, like, I can't help you right now, because I was literally dying for a very long time. Which is
fair.
Exactly. So like, have that conversation. Same in this situation. He could have just been like, hey, I've been noticing some things about my diet. Do you maybe have any suggestions? What did he even get mad about?
Oh, that she told him to look it up.
But that's so weird. Like, why are you gonna get mad about that?
Yeah, read it again.
Oh, because she wouldn't make the meals for him.
Ew. She's not his mother.
Yeah, he said, you wouldn't make meals like that for me, would you? And then I responded, I'm your wife, not your mother.
But like, even your mother shouldn't have to do that if you're a grown
man. No, if you're a grown-ass man with your own kids and wife, like, support yourself.
Yeah. It's a lack of maturity. Such an ick.
It actually makes me mad, too, because I'll check in, like, with Matthew's school stuff. I'm like, hey, how's school going? Like, did you get that assignment done? And he's like, you're not my mom. Which, I mean, he doesn't say it like that. But, like, that stuff makes me so mad when people are like, oh, you're not my mom. Don't do this stuff. And I'm like, I'm allowed to just check in with you. Like, I'm allowed to be like, hey, how's this? I'm not harping on you. I'm just, like, as a partner, I'm still checking in with the personal stuff that you have going on. So people who, like, project that on their relationship, oh, that makes me so mad.
Yeah.
Especially with, like, cleaning. That just makes me mad.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that she's totally right.
Yeah,
to be
I
like,
agree.
I'm not your mom. I'm not going to cook for you. I'm already cooking for kids.
Which is already working itself.
Exactly. Especially going to work and then coming home and feeding everybody. I can't do that. I throw a pizza in the fridge.
Yeah.
Or I put a pizza in the oven.
Same.
That's the most I can do.
Me too.
So, no, girl, you are not the asshole. I wonder if there was ever an update. Am I the asshole for not letting my roommate's boyfriend use my car, even though it made him miss a job? So
I think I saw this one.
Did you?
I didn't read the description, though.
Okay. So I, 25 female, shared an apartment with my roommate Jess, 24 female. We generally get along okay, but she started dating this guy Kyle. Fuck a Kyle.
Yeah, I used to see a Kyle. He was kind of weird.
She started dating this guy Kyle a few months ago, and he's been around constantly. He doesn't live here officially, but he's here 5 or 6 nights a week. Eats our food, uses our stuff, and never really contributes to anything. It's annoying, but I've tolerated it to keep the peace.
Ugh, that is annoying.
Yeah, just
that happened
mooching.
when I was in college.
When Matthew started staying at my old house, like, same thing. We didn't, like, legally, he wasn't on my lease or anything, but it's like, I'll cover all the groceries because you pay rent. Like, that was just the agreement that worked for us.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't want him to pay 50-50 rent or anything like that. But he's like, how about I just grocery shop for us? Because I'm here all the time eating your food. And I was like, okay, that works.
That works.
I own a car, which I use for work, errands, and occasionally weekend trips. Jess doesn't have a car, and neither does Kyle. Last week, Kyle asked me very last minute if he could borrow my car to drive to a job interview. I asked a few questions, where it was, how far, how long he'd need it, and it turned out he needed it during a time I'd already told Jess I had a doctor's appointment across town. I said, sorry, but I needed it and couldn't change my appointment. He got pissed and said I was being selfish and ruining his shot at a better life. Jess backed him up, saying I could Uber to the doctor just this once because his interview was more important than my checkup. I said, no, I'm not comfortable lending my car to someone I barely know, especially not for a time I already need it. I don't owe that to him. They both sulked and gave me the cold shoulder for days. Kyle apparently missed the interview because he couldn't find a ride and is now blaming me for ruining his future. I felt a little bad because I could have changed my appointment if I really wanted to, but also it's my car and my schedule, and I don't think I should have to upend my plans for someone who doesn't even live here.
Why didn't he Uber?
That's what I was just going to say.
What?
He could have Ubered, but then he probably was like, I don't even have a job. I'm poor.
So then why are you interviewing somewhere that's far away? How are you going to
get there? True.
Maybe try out the bus. What?
Maybe find some public transportation.
No, she already had like pre-existing plans. Like, why would you want to move them anyway?
Yeah,
it's
and
your car.
You don't owe anybody your car.
No.
Like, at all.
No.
Like, just because and I mean, you could have lent it if you wanted to, but if you were free, then yes. But also, even if you're free, you still don't owe it to them.
Yeah,
Like, you
and you
still
barely
could have
know the
said
guy.
no. What if he crashes your car?
Exactly.
And they're under 20. He's under 25, probably. So it wouldn't even be covered by insurance.
No.
If it was here in Canada. I don't know about America.
Yeah, regardless of the law or the rules, I'd still say no too.
Yeah.
You barely know the guy.
Yeah.
And he could take an Uber.
Yes, or the bus, like you said.
Yeah.
Or he could walk on.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Or maybe you shouldn't be applying somewhere that you can't get to.
yeah, because how are you going to get there when you work Monday to
sense.
Friday? Or even if you're working off shifts, like if you're working at night, how are you going to get there? You're not going to take someone else's car overnight.
No.
People are silly.
There's so many dumb people in the world.
The action being judged is me refusing to lend my car to my roommate's boyfriend so he could attend a job interview. I might be an asshole because I could have rescheduled. No, you're not.
No, not at all. Why should you have to reschedule?
Someone went, why couldn't he take an Uber to the interview? He could have secured transportation when he set the interview and date and time. Couldn't he call a car rental place and rent the car for the day? Let's say you did lend him your car. He goes to the interview. It goes well and he's hired. How would he get to work every day?
Exactly.
Would it then be your fault if you can't take your car to get there every day?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And also, I hate when people who are like down to the dumps, they're like, I'm trying to better my life and you're standing in the way.
Your lack of planning or your lack of urgency or whatever is not my emergency.
No, it's not. And she had a doctor's appointment. She needed to get to where she was going and she figured that out with her own transportation.
Yeah.
So.
I also cannot take credit for that line. My boss told me that once.
What line?
Your lack of planning is not my emergency.
I like that line.
Right? It's pretty good.
It is pretty good. What was the context he was telling it to you in?
Another department like needed me to help them, but like I only have so much authority, so I was like stressed. I'm like, I can't get this done, and I was like freaking out, like kind of having a full-on mentee be crying. And he's like, okay, chill. And then he said that line to me. I was like,
was he in person or was he online?
On the phone. I called him.
I'm screaming.
I know.
I called my boss and cried once. And he was like, do you want to talk to HR? She's right here. And just handed the phone to me.
What?
He was like,
men not being able to handle women's emotions is crazy.
It was so funny because I called my dad first and I was crying to my dad. And I was crying just because I was frustrated. Like,
yeah, that's how I felt too. It was just overwhelming.
I just never cry because I'm sad at work. Like,
yeah, same.
it's because I'm angry and nobody's listening to me. And I'm like,
It pushes
this
you
is
over
the
the
only
edge.
way that people are going to listen to me.
Yeah.
And it's not intentional, but like I get pushed to that point, right?
Yeah, same.
So it was one of those things. I called my boss and he's like, how's it going? And I was like, yeah, it's going really good. Except this is happening. And I just started bawling and he was like, okay. And then handed me over to our HR girl who was really sweet. Like I loved her. Have her on Instagram. But she was like, okay, well, what did you say? Because it was about a person who was like being horrible on the job site.
Yeah.
She's like, what did you say to her? And I told her, I was like, well, I told her if she keeps it up, I'm not letting her work on my site anymore. And she was like, okay, well, like agree to that then. And then he came and picked her up that day. It was so fun. And we were working like 3 hours away from our shop.
Oh my God.
Like,
tea.
literally, he just showed up on our site and was like, okay, let's go. And she was like, fuck. Got up, left, never came back to our team.
So
It was I was like, don't be an asshole to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on.
You were not the asshole.
I was not the asshole. But I called my dad first to like bitch about it because I didn't want to complain to my boss yet. And he's like, how long has she been doing this? And I was like, days. Like, she's been horrible to me for days. And he's like, you should talk. Like, everybody on the site was uncomfortable. And it was like nobody had good attitude because she was ruining everyone else's mood. Yeah. And so
you get to a point
I was like, I can't. Yeah. And then I look like a shitty, like, you're making me look like a shitty boss because you're blatantly disrespecting me in front of everybody around.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
But.
Okay, last one.
Ooh, last one.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law that I don't want to share a baby name? This is the hot topic. Like, I hear about this a lot.
Yeah, me too.
So my sister-in-law and I are both pregnant with girls due within 2 months of each other. I'm first. We shared with them the baby's middle name before they found out they were having a girl, and they recently told us they were considering a nearly identical first name and the same middle name. When I was surprised that it was almost the exact same name, she acted surprised like we haven't previously shared them, which we did on multiple accounts. She said she was okay naming them the same if she decided on that name. I said it could be confusing, and she wasn't okay with it. She's now been sharing with everyone that they decided to name the baby that name, and I feel extremely pressured and manipulated into going along with it. I feel like she took the name. It's not significant to her in any way, she asked. And when my husband and I previously shared the name, we explained the significance.
That is shady.
I think that, okay, this one's hard because it's a baby name. So many people are going to have the same name as you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when people post online, they're naming their kid a certain name. And then other people are like, I love that name. I'm going to post it. And then you get mad. You're stupid. Mm-hmm. But in this situation, I agree that I wouldn't want my sister.
Yeah, like they're going to be cousins.
Yeah.
And they have the same name.
Yeah.
It might be confusing.
And it's also just like that's a name that you wanted to name your kid. Mm-hmm. You shared that with people.
In like confidence.
And then she is taking it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like it either. That just kind of makes me sad.
Yeah.
I also, I don't know who I was talking to about this a while ago, but like being pregnant at the same time as like your friends or your siblings, like is probably great. Mm-hmm. But it also takes away from like how special it is to you. It not that it will, but it can go either way. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Depending like how it's gone about.
Yeah, and I feel like in this situation, maybe that's why she's mad, because she's like, this was special to me. Mm-hmm. It's a sentimental name to us, and now you're just taking that from her. And also, when you're pregnant, you're hormonal, so like you're not wrong for being upset about like, hey, this is what I want to name my baby, and you, someone who I live and exist with, is taking that.
Yeah, and if it's like, what's the word? Like sentimental to one person, not the other.
Then they should just change it.
Exactly. Like if it's not that deep for them, then they could be able to find a new name.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I don't think she's an asshole.
No.
I'd be so sad if like I had a name that I had. If I never shared my name, like if I never told anybody what I wanted to name my kids, and then like Olivia or Megan or one of my sisters had a baby and named it that, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't be mad.
Weird coincidence.
Yeah, like we both like that name. They never knew that was a name that I wanted, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if I specifically was like, I want to name my baby this is what I know I want to name my baby, and then one of my siblings takes that, then I'd be butthurt because I'm like, you knew that I wanted to name my baby that. Yeah, but I don't think she's an asshole.
No.
And I would be very sad if that was my situation.
Yeah.
Especially because they're so close too. Mm-hmm. Like 2 months.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Right? Like it'd be one thing if one was due like 8, like if you guys had babies in the same year, but like so far apart.
Yeah. Or if they were years apart.
Mm-hmm. But like 2 months apart.
Yeah. And in the family, like I feel like you can get away with friends having the same children names in the family.
Yeah,
because like at Christmas and Easter, like you're gonna call it that kid's name, and both of them are gonna come running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
It's tricky.
It is a tricky situation, but I don't think she's an asshole for being upset.
No, I don't.
I wonder if she changed the name. Wonder if there's any updates.
Is there an edit?
This was only 19 hours ago, so no.
Darn. Okay, well, stay tuned.
Yeah, maybe we'll update it another day. Not the asshole, but for future reference, don't share your baby name until birth if you're that protective of it.
Oh God.
Which like is valid too.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want people to have that name, then like yeah, don't share. I feel like I'm gonna do that. Like I've had baby names that I've wanted for a long time, but I feel like when I actually have kids, like I might not announce it until
like
they're born. Yeah.
Makes sense.
But I don't think I have like a preference either way.
No.
At this point,
I haven't really thought about it.
I don't think so.
I don't really know if I want children yet.
That's fair. I think it's a time of our life, like we're going through a very large political and economic crisis right now. Mm-hmm. That it's valid to like
be unsure
because you don't know what you're bringing your kids into.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, you want to bring kids into the world when the world's a happy place to be in.
Yeah.
It is currently not a good place.
Hopefully we'll get there.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. But anywho,
I think that's all for today.
Yeah, that's all for today. Hopefully we have some good topics coming up, and I am excited to share them. Yeah. We just have to schedule them in.
We'll keep you guys posted.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.